Hey Buns, today I thought that it would be a good time for me to, do something a little bit different than I normally do here and just talk to you about what's going on with me, give you a personal update. I think it's really important for us to sometimes just talk as friends and not, me producing content as, YouTuber. I just want to tell you, like, on a human level, how things are going and how the channel's doing and all that stuff. I'll talk a little bit about the channel, about stuff that I've been doing lately, and just, touching base. If you've been following me on Twitter, then you know that I've been extremely upset lately about all of these scammers that are impersonating me on Twitch. So they will make Twitch accounts with names like Zorplus HQ, Zorple underscore HQ, and they will stream VODs of mine to impersonate me, and then they will have sub-only chat so nobody can write in the chat, and then they'll tell people to click on a link. The link is a phishing link, and it steals people's account information. And then once they steal people's accounts, they use those accounts to send tells to people that are like, go watch Zeppla stream, and it has a link to the scam stream. And look, I made my first video warning people about this in December of 2019. It's been over a year that I've been dealing with this. I reached out to Twitch for help on this in January of this year. And when I asked Twitch for help, they said, and this is, I'm reading, it says, as much as I can imagine, it sucks to hear, Twitch support can't help with situations like this as we're separate from the moderation team. But with that said, I will have this looked at and see if there's anything else that we were able to do. Well, it's been a year. It's been almost a year since I wrote this. It's been over a year since I've been dealing with it. And yeah, I can definitely see that this has been looked at. They told me, oh, just tell your audience to report. And as I said on Twitter, I think it's extremely wrong that they put the burden of solving this problem on me and my audience when we are the ones that are being victimized by this. I'm extremely pissed about it, and I'm very exhausted, and I'm very tired, and I'm tired of talking about it too. I just, I want to ignore it now. I want to move on with my life and not talk about it again and ignore all of it. But at the same time, I feel horrible that it's happening. And I want to apologize to each and every person that clicked the link and say, I'm sorry that this happened to you. Or God, I'm ready to pull my hair out. I'm at my wit's end. And, I don't know. It's been happening for so long that for a long time this year, in the past year, I was able to just kind of be like, oh, well, yeah, I was kind of numb to it. And I was just like, yeah, report, make sure you report. But I don't know, maybe it's just that I'm stressed with everything else, with the COVID having so many terrible side effects that I'm just started. I think I might have snapped a little bit. I'm just maybe that's one of the reasons I need to make this personal update. I just want to vent a little bit and let y'all know how I'm feeling about all this. I'm genuinely so beyond frustrated with the lack of support from Twitch on this problem with the scammers. And all I can say to people out there is be careful on the internet. Don't click weird links from strangers. Don't, be safe. Be safe. There's phishing links all over the internet, not just on Twitch. And you need to, use caution out there. Remember, my name on Twitch has Zeppla HQ. It has a purple check mark. Okay. Moving on very much. I do not want to talk about this anymore. So moving on, I mentioned COVID, and yeah, it has sucked, as you well know, as everybody who's watching this well knows. I am incredibly grateful for the position that I'm in to be able to work from home, and I do count my blessings every day for that. But at the same time, I think just the whole situation has been wearing everybody down slowly. We should be in some alternate dimension, excited and getting ready for FanFest happening. When it was first announced, I remember thinking, oh, maybe I'll go to 2 FanFests this year instead of just one. such simpler times those were. I mean, I got sick the last time I went to FanFest, as did many people that I know. Like, the odds of you getting sick at a con, getting con flu, were very high, and this year's con flu was quite nasty indeed. So I'm glad that it was canceled, even though it sucks that that we're in this situation at all. Coronavirus in Ukraine, for those of you who don't know, I live in Ukraine, and I'm settled down here for good. Like, I have residency here, and I'm happy here. I don't plan on leaving, but the situation in Ukraine hasn't been great. We have 5,000 to 6,000 new cases per day, and I mean, a lot of people here do wear the masks. People aren't like up in arms about not wanting to wear the masks. Ukraine is not the richest country, so I've heard a lot of people tell me that they think that is why Ukraine is very hesitant to completely shut down, or to shut down more, or to lock down more. The gyms are open, and I myself am going to the gym 3 times a week. I absolutely have to, for my mental health. Like, I need to work out 3 times a week, or I will lose my mind. At the gym, they check your temperature right when you get in the door. You can't come in if you have a temperature. They have people spread out on the machines, and they are mandating use of masks. So, I mean, as for what I've been doing at the gym, in case any of y'all are curious, I have been doing deadlifts and squats. I did my best deadlift last week. It was 55 kilos, 3 sets of 8 reps, which might not sound like a lot to some of y'all who are more experienced, but for me, it's taken me like months to get to this point. The squats, I can do 35 kilos. So it's just been nice to see the progress over time and feel myself get stronger over time. And it's done wonders for my mental health too. Also, the delay of major content patches because of COVID, while necessary, of course, has made content creation a little difficult, because, I mean, one thing that I think a lot of people maybe don't know about content creation, especially for an MMO or a game that has the interest wax and wane with the coming of patches, is that no matter what you do or what kind of content you put out about that game, whenever you put it out around the time of a content patch, it will perform better. Like, the channel will do better because there's just more interest in the game at that time. And then in the lull periods, the content droughts, everything will do worse. Like, there will be less engagement, there's going to be less views and stuff, and there's really nothing you can do about that. There are ways that you can offset it so that the lows are not so low, and that's something that this channel has been able to do pretty successfully this year, and I'm really happy about that. But because of the COVID, making these droughts longer, making these dips between the times when there is new content to stir up interest in the game, that has definitely made things a little bit more difficult. And so I just wanted to thank all of you who do support the channel between major content patches. I really, really appreciate you so much. Final Fantasy 14 especially, I think, is affected by this waxing and waning of player interest because of the way that it is designed. And I've spoken about this at length in previous videos, where it is designed so that it's okay for you to just sub and come in for the major content patches. Like, Yoshida himself has said that that is fine for you to do. Like, just go away and play other games but in the meantime. But as a content creator who is fully focused on Final Fantasy 14, it can just make those dips between the major content patches more difficult. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining here. I just wanted to, like, this is a personal video, and I wanted to explain to you how things work from my side of things. And again, reassure you that this year with Shadowbringers, the channel has been doing quite well, and the dips have not been as severe as they have been for me in the past. I haven't been quite as afraid for my livelihood as I have in some previous expansions. I do think that everything will be pretty much back to normal around the time that 5.4 comes out, though, and it won't be as crazy as this year has been. One thing I have been doing is listening to a lot of hardcore history with the Dan Carlin podcast, and it is so, so good. I've been listening to the King of Kings series, and in it, there's a story about the Battle of Thermopylae when the Spartans are facing the Persians, and the Persians give them an offer and basically say, you know, we can strike a deal. We don't have to fight. Like, lay down your weapons. And the Spartans say, come and take them. And oh man, it's just so good. If you haven't listened to Hardcore History, like you totally need to do that. Now I think I'm on the history of Rome part, and it's gotten me interested in reading about the Roman history myself. I actually just started reading the History of Rome book 1 from Titus Livius, or Livy, which is oft cited by Dan Carlin. So anyway, I did not expect that I would suddenly become so interested in history, but this podcast is worth a listen. If you find yourself grinding in Bajra and just wanting to listen to something while you do that, I would recommend Hardcore History. It sounds like I'm sponsored, but that would be awesome. But no, I'm not. Just something that I've been listening to. I've also been spending weekends in the forest looking for mushrooms, because it's that time of year where I can go practice my mushroom identification skills. I've always been very interested in mycology, though even when times when I know absolutely for certain what this mushroom is and that it is edible, I don't know if I'm ready to take that step to like actually eating something I found in the wilderness, because it's so dangerous. So like, I mean, I just really like looking at them, taking pictures, and thinking I know which mushrooms that they are. Found lots of fly amanita mushrooms. I found a death cap. I think it's a death cap. I'm actually not completely sure. I definitely wouldn't eat it. Something that looks like a death cap might not be a death cap, but it looks like that to me. I've heard death caps also can be called destroying angel. Some mushrooms have really cool names. There's one mushroom I really like. I couldn't find this weekend, but it's called dead man's fingers, and it looks just like zombie fingers coming out of the ground. Mushrooms are really cool. I also found some tracks that I think belong to a roe deer. I think it might be the back foot, or maybe it's a feral hog. I know that a lot at the beginning of this video was me venting, and I'm sorry it was so negative, but I just have to let you know the things that I'm stressed about and worried about. But some actually really wonderful things have happened as well, like care packages from some of you. Let me show you. Let me get up. So in a recent video, I mentioned something about Doritos. I said, I don't remember what the context was, but I remember I said Doritos. But after that, one of you contacted me, John, if you're out there, hey, thank you so much, and sent me Doritos, because I said on a stream after posting that video that I can't get Doritos here. They don't sell Doritos here. So I got 3 different kinds. You probably can't hear me over the bags. So I got 3 different kinds of Doritos. Thank you so much for sending me. John also sent some Zapp's potato chips, which are Louisiana chips, which I love those, and I did not expect those in the package, and they are gone. I don't even have them to show you because I already demolished them. It was really, really lovely to get a little taste of home that I didn't expect I'd be able to get this year. So thank you again, John. And another one of you who wishes to remain anonymous returned from Japan recently and sent me some lovely things too. I got Emmett Silk acrylic. So this is a stand. This is the stand, and this is the acrylic thing. I decided to keep it in the package for now because I hope to be moving soon. As soon as in like the next couple of months, hopefully. And so I think it'll be easier for me to transport if I keep it in the packaging. But that's the Emmett Silk acrylic. Awesome. Also got a couple of pins here. Dancer and Paladin. I also got this postcard from the Eorzea Cafe, which is super, super cute. And I got this cup, which is a bunny cup, which I have been showing off pretty often on the stream. It's really, really cozy to use. So just like put my fingers. It's super cozy. I love this. I have vanilla Coke in it right now. And this thing that I have right behind me, this amazing floofy squish pillow. It's so nice. It's like, oh, I usually have it either right behind me or in my lap. I absolutely love this thing. It's quickly becoming one of my most prized possessions. So thank you very much. You know who you are. You're awesome. And I also got this Zeppela XIV little wooden stand, which is adorable. One day when I have like a proper recording room, like a studio, I'll be able to put this on one of those cool little shelves that, you know, YouTubers have behind them. That's my plan. I really don't know what I would do without y'all. Like, you bring me so much happiness and joy. The community has been such a wonderful refuge. It always has been, but especially lately. Even though I know I was like kind of ranting a little bit in the beginning of this video, rest assured that like overall my mental state is really, really good. Like day to day, I am really happy. I am content. Yes, I'm occasionally frustrated and mad about scammers and like all this stuff, but like in general, I would say that I'm doing quite well. I am really happy that I've been able to get out the amount of content that I have been. I also feel really happy with the quality as well as the quantity, which is awesome. So, not to toot my own horn or anything, like, I sound like I was bragging a little bit. I didn't want it to sound like that. I just want y'all to know that, like, I'm doing good. I'm doing all right. I feel the channel is in a better place than it's ever been. And the outlook is good. The future is looking bright. I think that's all for this update today. If you like this video or if you like any of my videos at all, remember you can support the channel on Patreon or on Twitch. You can also support the channel for free by clicking subscribe or by clicking the like button or sharing this video. Just spending time here is another way to support the channel for free. You do not have to spend money to support the channel. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.